Today on AfterBuzz TV, we talk about railroads, baseball, and Squidget. Stay tuned for the Season 4 premiere.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Music to my ears.
To everyone's ears. Hello, everybody. Hello, Hearties. Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV. We are here doing When Calls the Heart After Show.
Here comes girl. That's right.
Beautiful. Beautiful. What a way to start a show.
Yes, exactly.
I'm your host, Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV. Joining me, I have the one and only
me, James Lott Jr. And you can follow me at James Lott Jr. all over the social media platforms.
James Harrison Lott Jr.
That's right, James Harrison Lott Jr.
It's a long name.
Yeah, it's a long name. It's a very strong name.
It is.
Thank you. Fits me.
Welcome back, Hearties.
You guys.
We're here doing the Season 4 premiere.
I know.
I'm so excited.
A little show that could. It's good. It's doing it.
Words from the heart.
Yes, words from the heart.
And we're going to be speaking a lot of words about this episode.
Yes,
but real quick, we'll just address Maria's not here today.
Yeah, we love her.
Unfortunately, she has family stuff. But don't worry, fear not. She will be back this season.
Yes, she'll be back.
And James and her haven't seen each other in a while.
I haven't seen Maria in so long. I mean, it's been months since I've seen her in person. I miss her very much.
Need to get it together.
I know.
Where are you?
First it's me, now it's her, and it's her, and it's me. That's
okay.
Crazy.
So, words from the heart. What are your quick words of this episode? Thoughts?
You guys,
Thoughts.
There is crying in baseball because I did shed some tears. I've been so emotional the last 3 or 4 months anyway, I think. But I found for me, this episode was everything When Calls the Heart TV show should be.
Agreed.
Seriously, it had all the elements of everything that we like. It was really good.
I thought it was such a strong start to a show premiere. Definitely set the tone.
Yes.
On a happier note. And
yes.
I mean, been reading a lot of not necessarily spoilers, but teases more so, saying there was we have to hold on to our hats. And I'm
we saw
excited.
the previews for the season later.
And we'll get there, don't worry.
Yes, exactly.
We will definitely get there. Hello, Heartie's in the live chat.
Yeah, Heartie's in the live chat. I see Jeanette, I see Lori, I see Kelly, Mark, I see iHeartNet, Jessica, Abriana, if I'm saying her name correctly, hopefully. Oh, my girl, Michelle DeRose-Mick. I'm seeing all you guys. I mean, Maria was in here for a second, too. I saw that. Clary's in here. Kenzie, Amelie, I was saying that correctly. Emily Johnson, my girl. Dan Fry is in there. So there's a bunch of people in here. Lisa Gupton, our girl, is in there, too. So you guys are regulars. So I'm so glad you guys are here. We have 61 people watching at the moment, so I'm so happy you guys are here. More will tune in.
We'll definitely talk about the Hearties later,
yes,
but let's talk about this episode now.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, real quickly, and don't worry, we will cover everything, but we'll start with the easiest stuff first. Bill, new job?
Possibly.
Railroad?
Yes.
Now, to preface it all, we have Ray Wyatt coming into town, and he deals a lot with Abigail, but he does some background on Bill, knowing his past. He used to be a Mountie, gun for hire, new security post.
Because Bill, the thing about Bill, which is great about his character, is that he is not all goody-goody. So there are things that he can do. There's things he can do that can be a little, out of the ordinary.
Questionable.
That's a good word. Questionable.
Debatable.
But here's the thing. I'm really curious about this Ray Wyatt guy because right now he's all happy, cutesy, accommodating. But then he goes to him to see, can you be security for this railroad? So I'm really curious to see how this is gonna turn out.
I think it would be actually good, though.
Hopefully.
Give him something to do. Keep him busy. We know he has the skill set for
he does.
it. It's not out of his wheelhouse.
No.
I don't know. I'll pose more questions, obviously, throughout the show.
Yeah.
But I think right now it's good for him because what else is he doing other than cooking in the cafe?
Right. Dan Fry agrees with me. Ray Wyatt seems sketchy. I think he does too. There's something going on with him.
Yes.
There's something going on with him.
We'll get to Ray Wyatt. Trust me.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But I'm saying that. But just in this relation of that, I'm like, he asked him to watch, so maybe Bill will be a good watchdog for him too, watching everything. I think so. He'll watch everything.
And
so
Bill
be good.
has worked with finances, yeah?
Yeah,
I'm sure he has.
And John just said, Bill, I like that Bill is skeptical of this Wyatt too. I said, it's going to be it'll be good to see. Throwing him in the mix will be a good thing.
All right, my question, are you skeptical?
I am.
Yeah.
He seems too accommodating. And it's that whole thing of it seems too good to be true. It probably isn't. But I just think there's something weird about him. I don't know why. I just got this kind of weird feeling about him. I don't think he's a nice person.
We can't have another Wade, you guys. I mean, I called that from day one. And I don't know. I'm not I'm not too sure about Ray Wyatt either.
Yeah.
And I generally have good intuition on people in the first judgments and whatnot. I don't want to count him out yet because it's just his first
That's
episode.
true, but I think it all falls into the same thing of when someone new comes in and wants to do developing. They're a little three-dimensional. They're probably not all good or all bad, but they really want to develop this train that expands the train. So I'm watching him anyway because that's kind of a theme anyway, generally in stories where the person who wants to do the expansion, you kind of have to watch them because you're not sure what they're really up to.
I think that kind of takes us into Abigail, where we'll kind of mess around with the outline a little bit. But as we free talk, that's what we do here.
That's what we do.
Abigail being the mayor.
Oh, I love it.
So great.
Oh my God, I love that that people are coming to her with these petty problems because that's such for real. I mean, for real.
for real.
And I love that her reactions are like, oh my God. I mean, when the two ladies at first start going after about stuff, it's
Florence
hilarious.
and Molly, Team Flomo.
Oh my God.
One of them, Mrs. Sartori, can't raise chickens in town. There should be laws about chicken, and then also because she can't do the laundry.
Right.
What? All these ridiculous requests, and then Rosemary's even dirt. It's everywhere.
I wrote this down. My favorite
That's actually
line.
Sawdust from your husband's
My favorite
company.
line of the whole episode was her line when she said, "Goes all this dirt and stuff," and Erica goes, "Because this is a frontier town." It just made me laugh the way she said it. It was just like, okay, girl, this is a front. That's why we have dirt.
You're in the country.
You're in the country. You're in a frontier town.
What do
I
you
couldn't stop
expect?
laughing. When she said that, I couldn't stop laughing.
You literally have horses parked in
And when she started the whole horse thing too, it's like, oh, I want to clean up Main Street. And Father Frank's like, hello, it's fine.
I think it was just really hysterical because, I mean, it says a lot when that's their biggest fear and worry right now in the town that, everything's going pretty good, don't you think?
It is. Mark Stark said that you have good instincts, Marisa, probably.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. That's probably why I'm still single.
Because you catch people too, you get them right
Because
then.
I know shady men.
Yes, but a lot of people are saying that, yes, it's having Abigail as the mayor is kind of very interesting. They're really enjoying the fact people are kind of coming after them. Like the horses aren't potty trained. Of course they're not potty trained. They're horses. Things like that. It's kind of, anybody who goes into politics, I mean, I would never want to do politics myself, so I can just see it must be, you deal with so many things, big and small. This is a good representation of that on the show, I think.
Definitely a great representation, and also eye-opening for Abigail, because really her biggest concern was always making sure everyone was comfortable, felt safe in the town. She provided for everyone, and now she didn't really realize how much people what really bothered the community, even down to the little things such as dirt.
I that was so funny.
But Abigail's the more caring person and more nurturing person. She will actually go out of the way and resolve these issues.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's going to be really hard for her because also she, like she said later on, they're just stupid stuff people are coming to her with, and that's kind of, I thought it's kind of funny because her character, like you said, is always so caring and so considerate. It's like she's human too, and she's seen that some of these things they're not that important, but she's mayor, so she has to kind of be diplomatic and listen to them.
Yes. And with a clear head and not judgmental. Yes. But I love how she does handle it. She's
I love when Ray comes in. He's like, "I want to meet the mayor. Where is he? I'm the mayor. Where is he?"
A woman mayor.
I think it's so funny. Well, it was appropriate, of course. It wasn't common.
Was. I mean, I think there were a lot of snap judgments from the men in this episode. But
yes, there were.
Not in a bad way, but just that's the time. That's what it was. You weren't really expecting a woman in a leadership position such as that. So great on Abigail for still being the mayor as officially from 10 o'clock in the morning.
And she might be mayor longer. Who knows, right?
Oh, I sure hope so. I think she will. But yes, we have Ray Wyatt comes into town. They want to build the Pacific Coast Railway and put a mainline right through Hope Valley.
Yes.
Do you think this will be good for the town, good for the people?
Here's what's so funny. You know how I dig deep into these shows.
Yes,
I really dig
dissect.
I dissect. So here you go, kids.
Which you stole that word from me. Just
I dissect.
Okay,
so number one. This reminds me right now, it's happening here in South Los Angeles. I live in South Los Angeles, Inglewood, and we have a train, literally a train being built through my neighborhood. And we had to go through town meetings, had to go through all this stuff, and it's happening. It happened in several neighborhoods. There's also one going through Beverly Hills. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of us happening right now. So it's funny that this storyline to me is very timely, because it's like, will it be good for my neighborhood? Will it be good for the people in my neighborhood? Will it really benefit us? Will it bring in a bad element? I mean, that's the thing that's happening here with them. They're saying it's going to stop once a day. in Hope Valley. I saw a correlation to it.
And even the post is a quarter mile away.
Right.
I'll just say, I grew up in the country. I grew up 4 houses away from our railroad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Literally 4 houses away.
Okay. Wow.
And I always heard the train Wednesday and Thursday
Okay.
nights. It wasn't such a nuisance to us. Yeah, it might be slightly problematic setting up. Usually, when you get big projects started, it might be a little frustrating.
Oh, right now, at my place it is.
But I want to hope good things from this.
So I was saying, exactly, I can totally relate to it. It's like one of those things where after it's done, it should bring more business to my neighborhood. Like with them, it should bring better business to them. Easier transportation.
Yes.
For them also, and
is it transportation or is it transportation of goods?
I don't know. Could be both. Could be both.
I don't know.
I don't either. It's going to really open them up because they're a frontier town, and it's going to really open them up to the outside world having a train come through. And even he said that it's going to bring more business. I mean, but it could bring the right business. It would be bad. Like it could be
provide
anything.
Jobs.
It could provide jobs. So I think it's very to me it was very timely. I was just like, this is really interesting. Like this could really work.
The outcome and the result of it may be positive, but the actual effect on it right now could be negative.
Could be, yeah.
Because we now see Jed and his daughter Laura, they might have to get relocated to another location.
That was timely too. Timely. Because what are your thoughts of the location and the fact that they offered a very wrong or like very improper type of land for them to move, and we kind of see a little bit of the incompetence already, like not properly surveying the land before you're offering it and making them look bad. Like Emily just said, only constant is change what it would cost. I think for me again, I was offered somebody to buy my house. It's going to buy my house at a very low rate. And LA's expensive to live.
Yes, it is.
Right now, so I was like, I didn't accept it, of course. So it's the same thing. It's like you just kind of related to that, going, wow, they're trying to displace. First, they tried to make a lie and say that Abigail was going to get rid of them, not renew their lease, which was completely not true.
No, because she said, "Let's go over it." It's 2 years.
It was not true. So there's shady stuff going on already, and it was not true. And the fact that when displace people, that's another common theme because they're thinking, I want the train to go this way. They don't care what else is in there or in the way. They want to clear it out the way. And that's what it reminded me of that.
Well, the problem is it goes right through the town. Yeah. So I don't know, it's like you have Hope Valley on the map and it goes like maybe directly right through it. So, yeah, relocation, if it just, the thing hasn't even been built yet. It's already affecting one family. How many other families will this affect?
Exactly.
Do you foresee a protest?
I don't know. I guess I know. Who knows what direction they're going to go with this? I'm not sure, but
some type of stance
or something.
On this.
Well, that's the thing. It's either going to come to a head where it's going to be like the town versus the railroad company. I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know.
Win?
Good question. I have no idea. I don't know.
Who will win?
With this show, you never know. So I don't know.
Well, that's also. You have to go back with history. We know that they built it.
Yeah, right.
I love how it's being tied into the storyline because it is relevant.
Very relevant. I was completely. I don't know. And somebody said the railroad might bring pool halls. Other stuff. It stands for trouble. She's like being funny. Allison laughed. But I'm saying, you just don't, you don't know when you bring something in what the elements coming with it. You're right. You don't know what's going to come with it and bring it into this wonderful town that's like kind of quiet and sane and safe.
Okay, so my question is, do you think Ray Wyatt is actually sincere with his offer? Because we see the people that work for him, like this Dale guy who didn't properly. I think Ray might be actually maybe good, but his workers aren't.
Really, I don't know. I don't trust Ray.
There's a disconnect.
I don't trust Ray.
I don't trust Ray either.
I'm saying now, first episode, I'm saying I don't trust him.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him like any new person until they give me a reason to trust them.
And Jesse was this episode. He was during the baseball season.
I was waiting for when you were going to bring him up.
I had to bring up first Jesse, Team Jesse. You know that.
It only took you 15 minutes.
It took you 15. Yeah, 50 minutes. I got it. But no, I don't trust him. I'm just saying down. I don't trust him. Eminent domain is a real thing even today. Yes, Lori. In my neighborhood, they got rid of a whole block full of stuff that was there since I was a kid.
It is very true.
It's very true. I'm with James. I don't trust him. That's right, Lisa.
I don't trust him.
We don't trust him. So I'll be interested to see what he does. He could be somebody who could be on the fence of being bad, and then learn and become good. That could happen.
It's more so how they execute it.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have good intentions, but the way that they do it might be shady.
That's that too. I agree with that.
Cutting corners already, not properly surveying land, already messing up with people's families and their homestead. That's not good.
That's not good.
There's already so many factors against them.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree.
Shoot. But we also see during that town meeting, Ray addresses the community. They seem pretty positive.
Yeah, they seem positive, kind of, but still, I don't trust it.
I don't trust it either.
It's just too neat right now, and we know this is a drama.
Simple.
Too simple, too neat, too just like okay, then we're good. Okay, I was like, no, I don't know about
Hold
that.
on. What are your thoughts of Gowan after that meeting, going up to Abigail, giving her a compliment?
Well, remember she told him about himself last season, so
she did. She checked him.
She checked him, and so I thought it was great. So I think. Good for him. Okay, he's like, okay, I'm going to now work with you a little bit. He gave her some advice, I guess, and I like that scene. I thought it was realistic because he wasn't too mushy or anything, but he was realistic. That was good. Then later, of course, the other thing that happens.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I actually liked Gowan in this episode.
I too. It was fine.
For once, he was civil. Dare say he was civil.
He was completely, and like she said, it was like he actually gave me a compliment. It was like she did.
Enviable negotiation situation. So that gives Abigail the power now that she's earned more so. She's just earned respect, and she can call shots when needed.
Yep.
Especially about this railroad.
I agree.
But we also see Gowan go up to the end at Ray, be like making sure your expansion goes exactly as he plans.
So what's that mean?
Yeah. What do you think Gowan's gonna do?
I don't know.
What's his hand in this?
No, like, don't be bad again. Come on. I was like, don't be bad again. Don't be bad again. I'm like, you're doing so well. You're getting a little redemption. Don't do it.
Give us like 3 minutes of being good.
Yes, that was it.
Can't we get 3 episodes maybe of him being good?
I was shocked when that happened. I was like, no. So I wasn't happy about that.
Because I still don't trust Gowan, but I believe he can have good moments. He can totally be redeemable.
He can be easily.
But he needs to actually keep working at being good.
Jeanette says, I was so confused by Gowan. Was that just a ruse? Especially considering the moment at the end with the art. I know again, I said it's just like all of a sudden they had that kind of surprise moment. We see him go in, we're like, oh. So is he going to work with him? Is he looking out for the town? And saying like he's going to work with him? Like is he trying to...
Or this might go slightly in prediction territory. Gowan is trying to win over Ray Wyatt. So like throughout this, maybe he'll get Ray's trust, and Ray will end up listening to him instead of Abigail.
I can see that. Okay, let's go on.
Quite possibly.
Okay, I can see that. Gowan's going to get involved in a not so good way. Gowan is like an onion, lots of layers. That's pretty funny.
Kenzie Morris says Gowan is sweet, then sour, then sweet. Again.
Commercial, I love it.
Like the Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids, I love them.
That's what Maria says.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. This new railroad system, it's already causing a lot of red flags.
Great storyline.
Amazing storyline.
Because you said it's rooted in history, and this time period they would be coming through at some point. But it has so much storyline potential. So I'm in. I'm all in.
Definitely. And my thing is the railroad. James, us being of the ethnic type, we know the Chinese worked on the railroad. They like a lot of them migrated to the coast.
Yes, they did.
Where are the Chinese in the show?
Yeah, I know. It's like I saw my black man was back then again.
Where are the Asians in the show?
I know.
I'm not saying we have to have Filipinos. I'm saying I just want to see an Asian, please.
They said they should. No, that's actually historically correct. The Chinese really did build the railroad all the way to the West Coast, so they should be in there.
I know.
Come on, folks.
So, where are the Asians?
Come on, Hallmark Channel.
Or can we just get like one storyline?
Yes,
or one family. I think that'd be historically accurate.
Because unlike the books where they actually work with the natives and stuff, they haven't done that in the show yet. So
yeah, I just want
one family.
Asians represent, please.
Yes.
Please, writers, please. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we know like the railroad also in U.S. and the Continental Railroad. Was like 1860s.
Yeah.
So we're like, I mean, the show's like 1910s.
Yeah.
So we're like 50 years behind.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they're still there, I'm sure. I just want to see one Asian family, please.
I don't blame you.
All right, that's all I'm asking.
That's all she's asking.
Okay, moving on. Anything else about that before we move on?
No, I think we did fine. That was good.
Okay, Rosemary and Lee. Aw, they were the fun couple in this episode.
I was laughing so many times with them.
Don't worry, we'll get to Elizabeth and Jack, of course.
Yes, we'll get
but
there.
Rosemary and Lee, there was a lot of comedy in this.
Yes. She was all domesticated.
Nicknames.
Because she's bored. She's now a wife. It's like I kept laughing because she's like trying to make a breakfast, and that's why she started to kind of branch out and bother Jack and bother Elizabeth. It's like it's just so funny to me. It's like she's just kind of like, what am I doing now? Because she's like this housewife, and he's busy. Lee's like, I'm busy.
People are agreeing with me about the Asians. Thank you, Hearties. Thank you.
At least some extra of non-white descent. Yeah, exactly. How about the American Indians? I know they haven't got there yet either.
I agree.
Yes.
But yes, Abigail. Sorry, not Abigail. I'm reading the whiteboard. The return of the whiteboard, you guys.
Yes, the whiteboard's here. I'll post pictures later.
Rosemary and Lee. I thought they were really funny, especially the nicknames. Honey Bunny is not a bad nickname.
No, but I get where he's coming from. Though.
I get it. It's don't say that in public.
Yes.
Or not in the workplace. You just be professional. Like, dear, honey. Yes. You know, not Honey Bunny.
That's not Honey Bunny. He tweeted. Kevin tweeted. He said, "I went from." Something to Honey Bunny in 5 seconds or something like that. So something like that, really funny. I just think it was realistic to me in a sense that she's trying to find her way in a weird way. Like, what am I going to do? I'm this housewife now. I used to be this actress. So now she's trying to find her way.
Well, all of her focus is on Lee now.
Right. And poor Lee, because he's like, oh my God, he loves her, but it's like it's just so it's just so much for him. Yeah. He's busy trying to work also, do things, and she's just like, I have nothing to do.
Plus, I don't think Lee really has really had someone who has actually given him genuine attention and love that Rosemary gives him.
She does.
It's cute. It's really sweet.
But Lee, like, said funny moments,
eating.
And I just, oh my God,
you skipped breakfast 4 times.
I know. Oh my God,
Lee. A bite of toast does not do it.
Dan Fry says, I love the scene where she went to Elizabeth and she said, are you listening through the walls again? Love it so much.
Yes, that's also in my notes. What do you think of Rosemary as a neighbor?
That'd be too much. She is team too much.
Too much.
Yeah, I'd love me some Pascal in real life. She'd be team too much as a neighbor. Because she has nothing to do. So she literally has nothing to do. So it's like, she needs to get a hobby. I agree, but she needs something.
She needs a job.
What would she do, though, as a job?
Write Jack's speech.
Well, there's that speechwriter. But what else would she do? I mean,
what happened to this theater that
that's right,
Lee was going to build for her? Is that still in the works?
Because she could be a theater director and kind of star. I mean, she could do stuff, I guess.
Yeah. The higher the platform.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny.
The bigger stage. She just needs something else to occupy her time and not totally focus on because we even saw it with the Christmas special.
Yes.
Where Lee goes up to Elizabeth, be like, can you give her something to do? She's constantly at home decorating.
That's why I thought it was a great through line, because getting as I go deeper meanings, what do you do when you are like the star of stuff and now you're a housewife? So, like, what do you do? I mean, this is not normal for her either. Like, what'd she do?
Michelle D. Rosemary says teach theater. She could. I mean, she has, but there's no theater to teach.
Yeah.
There's kids that she heads up the dramatic program.
She could do something like that there. Yeah, she could work with. That would bother Elizabeth, of course, probably.
Oh,
but yes, she should do it. Squidget. You talking about Squidget?
Squidget.
It's kind of cute. Wherever that came from.
No, that is not a cute name. What are you talking about?
It's kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute.
No.
It's fine. It works.
She did not like that name.
Oh, but she loves him. She didn't care.
She's like, what did she say? Sweet, if that's what you want to call me, I love it. And then her face, no, she did not love that word.
She loves her man. She loves her man.
Oh. Yeah, even at the end, when she goes up to Honey and they kind of white flag and call it a truce.
Yes.
Be like, sweetheart, dear,
Yeah.
I thought it was just funny how she was invading Elizabeth and Jack's life.
Of course.
Bringing over dessert.
The cherry cobbler sounds good to me. Today is National Cherry Pie Day, just by the way. Just you know that.
Oh, is it?
So kind of funny, the cherry cobbler. I'll take cherry cobbler in a second. That sounds good to me.
Cobbler's delicious.
Cobbler is delicious, but I thought it was kind of funny, and they were like, "Oh, we're okay." They went time alone, and she wanted to stay, and then she ended up leaving. And she does comedy so well. I mean, it's just so the best facial expressions. I agree.
The best
Pascal does. Lindsay Leak.
Literally in my notes. Her face.
Yeah, right.
My famous notes, guys.
Yeah, she's so good. And with Jack, I loved those scenes. She really did help him with that speech.
She did?
She really did.
I enjoy this. Okay, so we're kind of getting into Jack. Jack, he gets faced with the commissioner, and he gets the commissioner's medal,
Yes.
presented with the commissioner's medal.
From, well, for us last season, from when he saved all the people in the town, they captured.
From Collins and
all stuff. So it's kind of nice continuation.
Rescue work after the flood, Jake Garrison to justice, Tolliver Gang, exemplary leadership. Jack is being honored. He has to write a speech.
Yes.
What are your thoughts of this? Well, I can kind of picture Jack struggling with this speech.
I can.
But my question is, why is Rosemary the one helping Jack with the speech when Elizabeth, being a writer, should help him?
For me, I liked it.
Could have helped him.
For me, I had no problem with it. I thought, because she's bored. As you said, I used to be an actress on all these awards. I thought, what an interesting pairing. Like, we're seeing how far they've come. They seriously, they're not romantically linked at all. And I didn't get any of that feeling in those scenes. It was completely a woman who was bored and wanted to do something. I love the way she picked the lock with her pin or whatever. That's kind of funny. I felt like, why not? Elizabeth had other stuff going on. This one I didn't mind so much. Because Elizabeth and him, that was the whole baseball thing, I think, was their whole episode. This was like, I like when they take characters and pair them off with somebody else. So for me as a viewer, I really enjoyed it. I thought, it works. And I love that Rosemary, she actually, it's sometimes in her bumbling and sometimes in her pushing actually helps. It's another example of that, where she actually, there's times where she can really help.
Yeah, I love that moment where Rosemary is reciting Merchant of Venice.
Oh, yes.
William Shakespeare.
Yes.
Gotta love him. And and it completely goes over Jack's head. It's like, I'm not a candle.
Which is great, too, because here's another thing, too, as I dissect these things all the way down. Jack is, he's not perfect. So there's because sometimes we set him up kind of like he's the perfect man. So it's good when he shows some of his flaws because it makes him more real and more obtainable. Kind of like, he's good at this and this, but speech writing is not his forte. So someone else in town gets to show their strength. And I think you're right. Elizabeth would have been one choice, obviously, but I kind of like that Rosemary was the one to do it. Just kind of get it. It also helps her character.
It does, and it also just speaks well of their relationship now, considering like end of season 1, beginning of season 2. You always thought it was those two, but it just shows that Rosemary is so happy with Lee that every and all connections to them ever being a thing is done.
Lisa Carter says Rosemary and Jack have been friends for years.
Yes, they're platonic.
Yeah, they're platonic. I like the contrast. Elizabeth waited for Jack to ask her while Rosemary tried to force her up on Jack, which to me it makes sense. I mean, it makes in the characters it makes sense. Rosemary just comes in and she's on top of you, just
steamroll.
Yeah, steamroll. Let's go. Steamroll. Yes. I love that Jack and Rosie can interact without having to worry about her taking Elizabeth's man. That's what Kinsey says. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like their relationship is strictly platonic now.
At this point. So
there's no harm, or like the Hearties should not worry that.
Yeah, I agree.
She will ever get in the way of
He's
Jack
pretty close to perfect.
Elizabeth.
Okay, Mark. I'm just saying that he's like,
He's on a very high pedestal.
Yes, so I'm like when he brings some realism to him that he can't do everything. That's all. We love Jack. It's fine. Just saying.
We do love Jack, and we also love Elizabeth.
Okay. So we just saw her recently in person, of course. We'll talk about that later.
Erin.
But she's just so pretty. I keep looking at this, going. Her and Pascal they're both just so beautiful,
stunning.
I keep staring at her. I'm like, God, Erin is so pretty in this episode. When it opens with the boat, which was very romantic. She has her parasol. I'm gonna go. It was gorgeously shot. First of all, it was gorgeously shot. I'm like, she's so pretty. And then at the end with the boat, she's so pretty. Like, it's just she's so pretty.
It was a nice bookend.
It was a nice bookend. I like that.
Both of those scenes.
And it reminded us of the earlier seasons when they were in the boat. So I really, you're shattering my dream, James. I'm not shattering no dreams. He's still your dream man. It's fine. But I just really liked how they were on the boats. And they were talking, and it's just so we need those romantic moments, of course, to remind us how much they're in love.
And and how much they care about each other, how much they love each other, especially when Jack dropped the line, it's like, I hope Valley can do a day without me. And even Elizabeth was like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sweet. She really can't. I think it's more so like she found that one person that completes her, and when they're not there, she's incomplete. Yeah. And there's a void. And Jack is that void. Jack is the other side of her heart.
She's getting sappy, oh guys. She's getting sappy. Oh my God.
Been watching a little too much Hallmark. Never. Actually, never. That's never true.
Yeah, I love it. But I love them.
But you know what I mean.
They do, and they have such great chemistry. I mean, it all works on all levels. It all works.
Yes, I love that borough. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh yes, and the horse riding scenes too, Mark. I agree with you. I love the horse riding scenes. It was another beautifully shot scene.
I love that fog.
Yeah, the fog. I love some
that's
fogs.
pretty.
It was totally pretty. Well, it was. You've been up there and you saw how it was exactly. It's so pretty up there. So,
it is real fog.
The cinematography was gorgeous as always. It seemed like Hope Valley was shining last night. I agree, Lori.
Yes, everyone was shining. Through
they were.
And through.
And so you had Jack and Elizabeth. Are we talking about the baseball now, or that's? Or what?
Well, you brought it up.
I know. We're talking about Jack and Elizabeth. So
actually, let's talk about because we had the railroad. People are coming in, new kids coming in, especially Cyrus. Yes. What are your thoughts on Cyrus? How sweet is he?
Okay, so kudos to the casting department at When Calls to Heart and Hallmark. Mm-hmm. They picked kid actors have two things. One, either they're just cutesy and you forgive them on the acting, or they're really good. And they pick, and this guy who plays Cyrus is so good.
Spencer Dravin.
Is it Spencer Dravin?
Yes,
Hi, Spencer.
Dravin.
He is so good. Automatically, just right off the bat. And all the other kids, you see Opal and our buddy
Cody.
Cody. I was going to say Carter, his real name.
Cody.
They're all realistic kids. That's what I'm saying. And Anna and all them. They're all realistic kids. They do such a great job. So off the bat, I liked his introduction.
I loved him. He seems so sweet, and especially now he also has an injury.
Yes. A
pre-existing injury. He fell off a horse, hurt his knee. He's wearing a brace.
Yes.
But we find out that he's actually healing pretty well. He doesn't really need it, so it's kind of psychosomatic.
He was bullied so much before that brace.
People
he revealed.
just beat him up.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say beat him up.
But they say,
he gave him
beat,
a
but it's
hard
he was bullied.
time.
He made it unknown.
Bullied.
He was bullied, so
I predict this is like an early prediction.
Okay.
I predict a Forrest Gump moment.
Oh, funny. Okay, sure.
He runs and the braces just fall off, or like he has a momentous moment. That's not a word. A monumental moment when the braces come off.
It totally could happen.
I was expecting it in this episode when he's playing baseball, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's coming.
But it's coming. But we'll get to the baseball stuff when I cried. We'll get to that second. But no, I like the character introduction. Makes sense because new kids are coming in. I liked how the kids were kind of like. But we already have new kids already kind of here, which are the ones that are from the settlements. But Liz was like, well, no, they've been here for a while now, so they're not really new.
They're family. Aww.
But the kids were still, because kids are kids, so they're still kind of like
cliquey.
And so here's another side note, folks, that I remember from myself. I'm a little older than the rest of us here. I was part of desegregation in the 70s, early 70s. So all the blacks and Latinos were bussed out to the white neighborhood and vice versa. And the same thing happened where we all were bussed out, but we still stayed in our neighborhood. We stayed in our corners. And it took sports and drama for us. I got my first white friends.
There you go.
So this episode reminded me of kind of like kids' instincts are to stick with who they know, whether it's race or anything. But just like, I already have my friends. I want to sit with my friends when they were sitting on the show. I'm like, that completely makes sense. Kids are very base level. They don't really have all the stuff we think about.
Well, they don't have the wherewithal to know, like, oh, I should make friends with this person.
No, I already know so-and-so, so that's my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
They
stick to what they're comfortable with.
Exactly.
They're not trained to be as extroverted and be as social, because that's something you actually learn in school, is to be social.
Right. But I think this whole sports thing was great because that happened in real life for me. It was sports and drama. Those are the two things that got people.
Me too.
It really does teach kids to play together, and that's kind of where you're kind of forced to play together.
You learn teamwork, you learn being teammates, and sportsmanship, how to help encourage other people. I loved how Cyrus interacted with the kids, with Anna, with Cody. I thought this was great. It's like, yes, Cyrus can stay.
Now, here's the thing. So, what do you think about that? I mean, first Anna, again, this show is progressive.
All right. Yes, I love this. I got to bring this up.
Bring it up, dear girl.
Good on you, Anna, for having the arm, being a pitcher. Not for Cody. I mean, unfortunate for him, he kind of lost his pitching position. But good for her, because I also thought about this. I was like, I love how we have a girl pitcher. Yes! And, it just brought me up to my softball days.
I love it.
I was catching third baseman, you guys.
Okay, folks.
Because I was the only girl who can throw from third to first. But I love this. It was great. And I think it was just great how Cyrus, like really convinced Cody. It's like, it's not a bad thing.
No.
Because you're great at everything else.
Yes.
You can be the next Ty Cobbs.
But I have to say, very interesting. Abigail's reaction was very interesting. Because you're thinking she's women power.
She went kind of mama bear.
Yeah, it was all about her
Or
kid
more
at this
like
point.
soccer mom.
Yeah, she was I wrote that down, soccer mom.
Totally
I wrote soccer mom. I did write that in there.
Mom.
Completely, which was kind of funny. It was like, she went mother, because, she's feminist also, but like, suddenly that was different. It was like, basically her son was being taken out of the position that he worked hard for. She kept saying that. It was really, I thought it was a very interesting. I love that it's showing that, you guys, you know how I do. If you watched the show last season, this is how I do. I love that they're showing her another side to her too. It was like,
she's not perfect either.
She's not perfect either. But it was like a very interesting side, because I was surprised when I saw that happen. I was like, oh, she's having a little attitude about that. Like, no, like, come on. I mean, come on, Jack. You make a big mistake and all that stuff. And Father Frank, later on, it's like, okay. It's okay. Let him play kickball. Let him relax, because he's okay. He's in a good because of Cyrus. He's in a good space.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, don't mess that up with your own. I'm a parent. I've done it too. Trust me. Besides, we put our stuff on our kids. I have done it.
Yeah.
So I do understand that.
People are agreeing in the live chat. Girl power. Yes. Girls rule. Who runs the world? Girls.
I love it. Yes.
Yes.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So, a little spice go right.
Girls just want to have fun.
Exactly.
We could keep going.
We could keep going. But I like that Anna was the one, and he said, I did like Cyrus' interaction, and his interaction with Chloe, he said when he stopped him and talked to him, that was great.
Yes.
So I guess we're up to that point there. So yeah, I do like that.
What are your thoughts of this baseball game?
I cried like a godforsaken baby. Cheese and crackers. I was like, because Marisa saw it first.
First
she's like,
cheese and crackers.
And she's like, my first cheese and crackers this season. I'm trying to cuss. She said, you're not going to cry or anything. It's a good episode. You'll be fine. I guess, for men.
Little did I know.
For men, sometimes it's sports films. Rudy makes me cry. Field of Dreams makes me cry. I mean, there's certain sports things make me cry.
Is it all just baseball?
It's a male thing. It's something male. I don't know. It's so weird. But anyway, the point is, I see this,
male?
and I'm like, oh my god. It's like, Anna's doing great. She's pitching. She's doing fine. But when Cyrus, at the end, I have to go there. I'm sorry. We'll go to the other stuff in a second. When he goes and when he hits a home run, I'm like a blubbering mess. Oh yeah, I was blowing mess. But going back just a little second, to the second, I love that Elizabeth had her little book.
Oh, I love that.
A little book trying
the
to figure it
pocket
out.
hand.
That's very her. That's very Elizabeth.
It is, and she had one of the best lines of. I'm going through my notes, you guys. Give me a second.
So watch for that.
The return of the notes. Yes.
Watch the for that, because I think I understand what you're talking about. I like that. I like that Jack was kind of like, you want to coach the game? You want to do that? Like, again, he's a man. He doesn't. It's just a part of the time. It's not like he doesn't think Elizabeth could really do it. But women have not been. We're not coaching back then. It was not normal.
I love how Elizabeth tried. And she said, "Winners always do the homework." The baseball pocket companion.
That's right.
Yes, good for her. She's a teacher.
She's a teacher.
She reads off the book. She reads the rules and how to properly. And I just love how she had that manual with her. Be like, can we do this? Can we substitute a player? X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
It's great. So Elizabeth,
very Elizabeth.
Very true to character.
Yes, very true to character. I agree with you.
But what were your thoughts of her cardio exercises with the kids? She had the right intent, the wrong execution.
Yes, it was cute. It was all. Of course, he had some funny moments. It was cute. I mean, it was cute. But I just think. I just love that she really wanted to try, and she really wanted to try to find a way to get the kids together. That's what a great teacher she is. She's always trying to find ways to make for everybody work it out together. And this baseball thing, which is I think was a great. It's spring. It's spring in Hope Valley. It makes sense. It's like it makes sense.
Spring.
I thought it was really cute. I loved it. I liked that it was a tie. They made it a tie. So it was good. I thought
great.
So everybody won, and now they're all friends. And I think that's kind of yes. Jack was reading the baseball book later.
Yes, he was. I was like, oh, Jack, I see what you're doing. You're trying to get into Elizabeth's mind. play her game, read her rule book. What are you doing? Maybe you don't know everything about baseball.
Yes, I do. It was cute.
I thought he was a good
meeting.
coach, though, too. I thought Jack did. His approach was great, and how he was interacting with the kids and how they were interacting with each other. I thought it was great.
Yeah, Jack is well, of course he'll be a great father one day, of course.
Of course, when that happens.
Yes, and yes, I agree with you, Laura. I love the competitive banter between Jack and they always have this little competitive banter every once in a while, and it's really fun. So I agree. And Abigail and Bill were kind of cute too. Also in those scenes, kind of like we were trying to calm her down. When he had to stop everybody from arguing, it was so funny.
Oh, it's fair and love and more.
But it's very smart. I had kids in sports, so trust me, I was one of those parents too. So I understand that.
See, I was in sports.
Yes. Well, my kids are around their age.
Like
so,
baseball's not really my thing. Basketball, yes.
My kids are. Well, one daughter was water polo.
Really?
Which was really hard. She was a good swimmer. She was so good.
Basketball.
Basketball.
But baseball, I mean, like I did softball growing up. But good. It was, like, I enjoy this. It got the community together and got the kids together, and we got more kids hopefully coming because even Elizabeth said with the railroad, this classroom's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, it's going to get bigger, I know.
So how many more kids can you fit in that school?
And when they showed the scenes of the classroom itself, it's like, wow, that classroom looks small to me. Like, we have to really work that out.
I'm excited, though, because you bring on more kids because we love it.
They do good kid stories. So
Opal had, like, so many great facial expressions and moments. They loved Opal. Opal's the bomb.
They do kids really well. So, they do really make sure they really get good actors and do good stories with them. And I cry every single time.
They do.
It's not fair.
So good. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
No, it's so good.
I don't want to cry.
It's so good.
Cry anyway.
One of the best lines is like, catch flies. Like, won't we need a jar?
Yes.
And that's where the eye rolling, that was hysterical.
Oh, everybody's about the eye rolling. I know it's funny too, yes. It was really good.
Yes, but I mean, we didn't really touch upon it, but it was a nice, tie those two together. We got everyone. But even at the end of the episode, Jack, with his medal.
Yes, and it's good speech.
What were your thoughts
and it's good. I love this. It was a good speech, and the whole town was there. And I like that he said, this is not just about me. It's it's about everyone, and I got teary-eyed. I was still crying from the baseball scenes. That I still was teary-eyed when he was saying his speech on that too.
Yes. What are the Hearties saying? Give some shout-outs.
The Opal eye roll, of course, my like said, the shock face was epic. Can we talk about the cute scene, spaghetti scene with Frank, Abigail, and Cody talking about cuteness? That was Cameron Boyd brings that up. I could help him in that department learn how to whistle like that in third grade in New York, is what Catherine Wink says.
Oh, yeah, we didn't really even talk, but we had Bill as the umpire.
Yes, he's the umpire, which caused problems for a second for Jack and Elizabeth, because they said they were going to choose who the umpire was together, and I was just talking to him on my own, and blah, blah. I was like,
Well, who are you going to pick? Bill. But that's not the point.
And it wasn't the point. I love how Elizabeth always stands up for herself. It's like she's still a strong woman. And
I did love that line when Cody was out, and I don't know if you saw it because I've been on this a couple times. But when they're like, no, he wasn't out, and Elizabeth was like, yes, he was. I'm sorry, Cody. Did you catch that?
I didn't catch that part by Cody was saying that. Now, iHeartKnit was saying, iHeartKnit thinks they should have one person, one team won. So which team would you want to win?
No.
Let's just say one should have won. I liked when it was tied. It was a tie.
I'm glad it was a tie because it ended on a positive note.
Which we need.
Yes, we need. It's not about winning. It's about working together.
Yeah. I agree
and
with
they
that.
all win. You see how that works?
I agree with that.
Teamwork. Sportsmanship.
Donna says, Brian Bird tweeted after about Elizabeth being Jack's density. LOL. And Jeanette's like, yes, so good, Marissa. Yeah, the speech was really good. The speech was good. I love the speech.
And I love a man in uniform. So.
There you go, right?
Yeah, it's so good. No, it was just great. His speech. On behalf of all the heroes today, I thank God I've been given the privilege to serve our community and our country. Wearing this uniform, it isn't just an honor. This is my life, my call. It's my destiny. And then the look he gives to Elizabeth and the look they give to each other. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. I agree.
love it.
I agree with you.
I love it so much.
I did too. Great episode. I just loved it.
A great episode. Did we cover everything?
I think we did.
Anything else?
I think we actually did.
Cool. All right. So.
Great episode, you guys. We loved it.
Great episode.
Again, everything I want and one calls to heart.
Let's get a little to news and gossip, shall we?
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yes. So we've had some fun with
Yes.
When Calls the Heart when it was off season on hiatus. You and I just went to Home and Family.
My first time. I was so
Your
happy.
first time at Home and Family.
Yes.
It was Aaron Krako's appearance.
It was, you guys, if you ever get a chance to come to California and go to Home and Family, it feels like a mini Heartie's reunion. The energy at Hallmark is just, they're so nice.
It's so great. It's so positive. It's so
Oh my
welcoming.
God.
I
Yeah.
can imagine working in a place like that. I would love to.
Well, you know,
I would love
we love
to.
it here, of course, but yeah.
But it's so great. And the fact that Home and Family is literally 5 minutes away from us.
It is very
great.
close. It's a song and a half.
A song and a half away from us.
Yes, we found we were driving a song and a half.
Which is great.
Yes.
And yes, we are working
Great
on getting
experience, beautiful lot. It was a nice day that day.
it was.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of the Hearties. We saw... I can't name them all because you know who you are.
Yeah, you guys
Hearties.
were there.
But
we did
also
see
got
like Bobby and Jeanette, of course, and Lisa.
And Ardra. Speaking of Ardra, she
Becky.
took amazing photos.
Oh my God, yes she did.
So if you guys are tuning into the iTunes version, definitely go check us out on YouTube. You can check out our video aspect of this show, and we have some fun photos to show you here. We have Aaron appearing on Home and Family, and then you and I with Aaron.
Yes, it's like,
and then
they look good. I was like, who are those people? Because they look really good.
So great.
It was crazy. I was like, wow.
Apparently, if you keep scrolling through, like
There's
we're
me, Marisa. Oh, it's us. We look so good together.
We're awesome.
Oh my God! It's like Audrey did it. Audrey, and we're laughing.
Love it.
I don't know why we're not sure why we're laughing.
That's the funny thing. Like I love the for those that are listening. Like we're laughing in this photo, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what we're laughing at.
I think I said something like "Thanks for being you" or something. She's like, "Thank you." I don't know. Who knows? It's a great photo.
Yes, it's amazing photos.
Yes.
For the life of me, I can't remember what we're laughing at. But obviously, we're having a great time talking to Aaron. We had the same hand gestures. It's funny.
You guys, oh my God, you guys did. It's so funny.
Just so insane. It was such a great time, though. You know, talking to Erin, and she's one of those people who's so beautiful and gracious inside and out, talking to all the Hearties. She stuck around to get more photos with us because we were the last ones to get photos. She stuck around, and like just the time she devotes to everyone, and she's just
gracious,
so caring,
just kind.
And when you talk to her, like you literally forget everything else in the world.
Yeah, that's right. That's very true.
She's great.
She lights up a room, and she's just such a down to earth person.
Yes.
And she's devoted to you guys. She is. You think we're devoted? She's devoted completely to the Hearties.
And she just exudes positivity.
I totally agree with that completely. And so that was great.
It was amazing. So
thank you, Lisa. You look like a cutie. Thank you, Lisa. But she said Grayson recognized us both, you and I, when he saw us. Her son, who was there, who's as tall as she is, almost.
Yeah, seriously. It was a fun time at Home and Family. If you guys are ever in LA, definitely go check that out. Yes. And shout out to Justine also for setting it up. Justine, we love you. You're great.
She's great. Yes, she's totally great.
And then also fun other things that happened recently. Lori Loughlin was on the Today Show.
Yes, she was.
And she was talking about, you know how she started on When Calls the Heart, that she was only supposed to work one day to help get When Calls the Heart picked up. Sure enough, it did, and then here she is. She's still around, and then she talks about like how great Hallmark is. It's a family-friendly channel. Like anyone can come in. You don't have to worry about like changing the channel or
that's very
or anything like that. Her daughters were also there. We had Olivia and Bella. They were making appearances as well. Yes. But she also says that her working in the industry and like being away on When Calls the Heart and garage sale mystery movies. Definitely check those out. Have you seen them?
Haven't seen them.
Boy,
I know.
You need to watch them. They're great. Yeah. But like working on all these Hallmark movies, it takes her away from her family, which makes her daughter like more independent because they're figuring things out. And that's what we need. We need strong women.
Yes, we do.
Independent women in our community. So I think she's doing great.
Yes, we do. And it's funny also, Candace Cameron Bure also tweeted out When Calls the Heart. She tweeted out with a picture and everything, and Lori Loughlin was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much!" Like she totally tweeted out, I was like, "Yeah, you gotta watch this show; it's so good." So it's kind of like a cool thing.
Well, Candace is part of Aurora Teagarden. She's very big in the Hallmark world as well. And
I do know that.
The whole Fuller House family, Full House.
Yes.
Please tell me you've seen those.
Yes, I've seen those.
Goodness me, I'm worried.
I've been even some folks from the show too, so I do watch Fuller House. I have watched it.
Yes, great things. Also, another great. Troy Foreman, he does a lot of interviews with Hallmark stars, and he had some great interviews with Aaron and Daniel and Pascal. And so I'll just quickly breeze through these. Over when he was talking to Daniel about season 3 finale, talking about that, and just how pivotal those scenes were between Jack and Elizabeth. He said, "For that scene and the dramatic climax to the end of the season, I really like the elements of the duality, that kind of intense action, run around on a horse and getting swept away by the river. You know, and in talking about, he's like, all I had to do was just fall off a horse, but Aaron had to make us care about it. And I think she just nailed it in that amazing dramatic acting that she did, which we talked about.
We did talk about it. Yeah, we did talk about it.
It's great. And the ratings, he also thinks, Daniel also thinks, the show just keeps growing every season. In my opinion, this season is the best so far. And we are sticking to what has attracted audience to the show in the first place. I just can't see the show not going to season 5.
I can't see it either. Let's go.
So he's already predicting season 5, you guys. And I would be very, very surprised if it didn't, and I guess time will tell.
And I think it will be. I'm almost like,
Who's worried? Not me.
Not me.
And and he says some of the strengths and weaknesses about his character, Jack. He thinks Jack is a man of principles and integrity, and I think that his biggest strength. And obviously his biggest weakness is Elizabeth, whom he would do anything for. Yeah. I completely believe that too.
I believe it.
And then, interview with Pascal, she says, working with Kevin is great. This is, has been one of the greatest creative gifts I've ever been given in my entire life. They just click on and off screen, and we didn't get, I'm quoting what she says, and we didn't get on as well as we do in real life. Their characters at the beginning. Yeah. And, everyone just loves the characters of Rosemary and Lee, especially Rosemary being the person who was, most disliked.
Oh, my God, I know.
To the person that, one of the most beloved.
He's beloved now, exactly.
Did you notice in the opening credits that they were inserted?
Yes, I did see that, yes.
I think so.
I noticed credits. I always notice credits.
Moving up.
Yes.
And also, of course, with our girl, Erin. With this interview, she said, the strength of the woman. It's really nice to get to play such strong-willed, strong-minded women. I feel like it's nice for women of all ages to get to see that on television. Because we have a lot more of it today than we did in the past, but I think it's important that we continue to see even more of it on television, which I completely agree.
Totally agree.
All my favorite shows have strong women.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just a step in the right direction, she says. And the Heartie community, especially being after HFR2, so good.
Yeah, so good.
So good. The Heartie community, Aaron talks about. It makes me happy to know that this show has brought a lot of joy to our viewers. One of the beautiful parts of Heartie's community is seeing how many friendships were formed as a result of the show and as a result of the Heartie movement. It's really special.
It's very true, too.
I completely
we see it, too.
It is special. We're here. We're talking about it with all you Hearties. We've met you several times
101
now.
people right now.
Yes,
I mean, thank you guys. That's great. That's beautiful. Thank you.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. That's actually really amazing.
We love you, Hearties.
We love you.
We love talking to you, meeting with you.
I'm indebted with you to you guys in my life.
Drinking tea with you.
Well, so speaking of that, my news is that the South Texas Hearties are having an event on this Saturday, February 25th, and I'll be FaceTiming with them for a little bit. So if you're in South Texas and you contact me to contact, it's from 1 to 3. Around 2 o'clock, they'll be FaceTiming me, and I will be in Silicon Valley for an event of my own, but I have time. And they asked me, and I said yes. So I'm doing that next Saturday. It'll be fun. Also, I joined every single Hearties group, as you guys know, that I know of on Facebook, and I did a video to each of you guys, as many of you guys know. If I'm missing any Hearties groups on Facebook, let me know. Message me, tweet at me, whatever. Let me know where the group is, and I will join it. I love following you guys. I love seeing what you guys do with each other and have fun with each other in these events. It is amazing, Marissa. I mean, it's really amazing how this show has brought people together in ways that's it's almost like the old book clubs and coffee clashes and things. I love almost cussed. I love this stuff. I love it. It warms me up so much.
We all love it. And speaking of book clubs, thank you everyone for tuning in to our Book Circle Online throughout the hiatus.
Yes.
Holding us over, more so keeping us together.
We want to stay together,
We just wanted to keep being together because, I see this guy every other day, but obviously I wanted to see him more to do more shows with him.
But the thing is, we really appreciate all you guys who are watching it and who are asking about them. We will return, but it'll be after the series.
After the
season's over.
Is over.
Then we'll do them again. So
we'll resume, don't you worry.
Yeah.
But it's great to read those books and now have a deeper appreciation and have more parallels with the actual show, knowing what it was inspired from. Hey, that was in the book. Can kind of see that in the show now.
Yeah.
Or can we see some type of iteration of it?
And you really feel and read Jeanette's the way she writes and what she means. It's in those stories, in the books. Like you really feel it.
And the major themes are family, communication, love, friendship.
Yes.
And
I agree.
Moving on and being strong-minded women. I
agree.
I love it.
I totally agree.
All right, so before we go, of course, we have to do predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
It's that time. Predictions. Okay, I have a lot.
She's a lot. You go, girl. You tell him, girl. We saw the preview. It was good.
What?
I'm like, new teacher. What's going on? Like, what's going on? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yes.
Not even the teacher. The candles at the end. What are you talking about? Engagement? Engagement parties? Is there an engagement?
Yes.
Is Jack at the schoolhouse proposing to Elizabeth with all the candles?
Or is that Abigail with Father Frank waiting for her?
No, don't stir the pot. You're not right.
I'm going to sip my tea.
No, okay, so that's kind of going into my predictions. We will see an engagement, which I predicted last season.
Oh, yeah, we'll see one.
We will see an engagement at the finale of the show.
You said that last time. You were right.
That is the finale.
Now seeing the previews, I think you're correct.
I think that's the finale.
I will have to go there because remember I was saying I'm not sure. No, I was going to be an engagement. I wasn't sure it was going to be Jack and Elizabeth. But now we saw that preview. It could be at the very end of the season.
I definitely think it's at the end.
I screamed at that part.
And I don't know if you guys, but I'm sure you Hearties did. If you paused it and replayed it over and over and over again, you saw the moment where they're kissing in that exact same scene. So of course you said yes. I mean, come on.
But for me, it's okay. So for me, that was one standout. For me, it was also this whole new teacher thing and how she's going to fight because she loves teaching. That's why she's there. She loves teaching. She loves writing and teaching. Those are two things. You take that away from her, then.
But it's also, and a lot of Hearties have been saying that Jack might get has a new post, and they might have to relocate, and they're speculating because of a potential relocation, they're bringing in a teacher to replace Elizabeth already.
See,
that's very presumptuous.
I know, but I'm just like, you guys.
But that's the job too. That's his job. That's the Mom TV.
I've been waiting for him to have to leave. He hasn't left yet. I mean, the book's like he leaves off and on. The character, or that character leaves off and on. So I'm waiting for him to leave, and he hasn't left.
Yeah, but every time that they leave, there's a replacement already.
I know.
So they can leave.
No, they can't.
They can't replace them. Come on.
They can't replace them. No.
They can. Cyrus, yes, I also put in my predictions. Forrest Gump moment. The braces will come off. And Elizabeth writings and stories. She sent them off to publications. Where did those end up? Will they be a storyline in this season? And Jack's land, Jack's property, Jack's real estate. Will they build a house, or is that pushed to the wayside as well?
I think my prediction is going to be that it's going to be a lot of intrigue with the railroad coming around, and I think Lee's going to be involved. Gowan's going to be involved. Jack's going to be. All the men, especially, going to be really involved, and Abigail. And it's going to be this big thing. Of course. It's going to be a big thing, I think.
All the women will be involved, and I will leave it at that. Ray Wyatt, don't trust her.
Don't trust him.
Don't trust him.
We say it episode 1.
All right.
Now, the actor can come on the show anytime he wants to. We'll talk to him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And speaking of which, we're planning on getting, hopefully, some guests
this
season.
Yes, we're going to work on that. Marissa's going to work on all that.
Brian says he wants to come back. Aaron definitely says
he wants to come back.
What's up, Aaron?
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
They want to come back. They want to come back.
Yeah, they definitely want to come back, and we are doing our best to make people...
Let's work that out.
Not make, but, to have them on our show. To give the best after show for you guys, because how much do you love this show? We love this show, obviously.
Yes, we do.
But to keep up with us, James, where can everyone...
You guys, you can follow me on all social media platforms at James Lott Jr. I have a fan page, James Lott Jr. Add me there. But on Twitter, James Lott Jr. Am I closer? Not
move to your left.
Oh, move to my left. She's my engineer. She knows what to do. My producer. But yeah, follow us there, and we tweet things out. Of course, our Periscopes. I'm at James Lott Jr. on Periscope too, so you can follow us there, and we do stuff every once in a while.
Yes, and you can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV. That's SERAFINI TV. You can follow Maria, our co-host. Also, she will be back, Maria Provenzano, on all social media platforms. Follow everybody. All you Hearties are great.
You guys are. 46,000 are wonderful.
Obviously, we are so super excited to talk about this season. We have great things coming for us. Thanks for watching, tuning in, listening. You keep rating, keep commenting. You Hearties are amazing. And we will see you next time.
Bye!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Heartie's rule.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.